Yeah, no, obviously, on the back of what was a fairly ordinary performance last week in many areas, irrespective of the weather, it's important that we put our best foot forward and learn, as every coach talks about learning your lessons, but you only learn if you learn them if you turn things around. And I don't mean just on outcome, but for example, game management, line out, for example, and those things improved immeasurably this week, and that gave us a good foundation to win the game.
Clinical in that first half from 14 men up to 17 points when you had that extra man, that sort of set the tone then, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this game, everyone knows we're trying to play a brand of rugby that's expressive and scoring tries. We believe in that sort of a game, but I think your fundamentals always have to stand up, and where we've struggled, our fundamentals haven't stood up, and the tempo of the game is slow, so we want to play a high tempo. In order to do that, you need to control the football, and we didn't control the football well enough. Today we control the football much better.
And in terms of competition, Toby, you're third, you've got 2 games left, you've got to play the leaders. Can you get into that final?
I don't know. It's an interesting dilemma around, obviously, selection. I mean, we're going 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, I mean, it's a real mishmash of I suppose emotion, and especially the fact we're in the 45th week of the season. It's pretty tough. I've put a lot of effort and energy and mental and physical demands on that group, because obviously I'm new in and we're having to learn a hell of a lot as well as perform. So look, we're happy with the progress we've made. We need to be more consistent, as I said. If that lends itself into us putting our best foot forward for the last 2 games and see where that takes us, of course. Every team we put out, we expect to perform well and win. So yeah, we'll have to we'll dust ourselves down. The boys are happy because we said if they won with a bonus point, they could have an extra day off. So they're very happy about that. And but we've got 2 weeks preparation to prepare. So it makes sense that we keep them mentally fresh.
Some good performance from the younger players, but your captain again, Justin Tipperick, on the performance today, good outstanding.
Yeah, I think one of the standout things was, because it was a really tough game. When you play the Dragons, you know it's going to be tough. It's an arm wrestle, and you need to rise above that. One of the things that was a noticeable difference this week was how much our leaders stood up as leaders and said the right thing at the right time, and took control, both in their own performance, but what they expected out of other people. So that's a really good sign for us.
And you've got probably Lions for one more game. Will they play that game in 2 weeks' time before perhaps they go away with the Lions in the training camp?
Again, we take everything on an individual basis, but not just for them, but for there's summer tours coming around the corner. There's a lot of boys that have had to carry the mantle while players have been away on international duty. So it's not just those high-profile boys that you see. You put a lot of load into a lot of players. So we're very much on our athlete monitoring at the moment, and very mindful about how much game time people have had. And the one thing, as you've seen today, you need to be mentally fresh to drive the physical bit. And I think we responded well, as we said, from last week in that way.
You've seen a couple of your long-term, some good news. Corey Allen running this week on social media, and Gareth Anscombe kicking. Are they positive signs in their recovery? Yeah, of course. And no player likes to be injured, especially if it's for such a long time. And we talk about mental freshness, but mental strength is a massive element of being a professional athlete. For coaches as well, that resilience, because you never get it your own way. And testament to that journey is that they're getting towards the end of that journey, and hopefully they'll be back into main training soon, and then you feel part of the group, because it doesn't matter how much we put it around them, until you're out there doing the thing that you love to do. It's really, really tough. Is it fair to say you're looking at them for next season onwards? The way yeah, again, I think they're not in main training yet. Steve Myler, for example, is back into main training, which is great. Reece Webb should be back in for the following week as well. So we're getting a couple back at the right time, which is nice. So that's exciting. Those two are obviously, we're going to be very cautious about the amount of time that those boys have had out. So we need to make sure that we do that.